Now, the recent lifting of Chinese tariffs on Australian wine has been good news for the country's vineyards. Trade ties have been hit hard after Beijing's crackdown on Australian exports over political disagreements.
Now, while things are getting back to normal, it has highlighted the delicate nature of economic relations between the two countries. Roger Maynard reports.
Like winemakers all over the country, Bruce Tyrrell has had a tough 3 years when Beijing effectively pulled the plug on imports of Australia's wine by imposing tariffs of over 200%. Vineyards like his lost a combined $1.2 billion worth of business. For the man whose family founded this vineyard in 1858, it was a big blow.
The industry in general has been hit very hard. You know, about a third of Australian wine was going to China. It was the most wonderful market. Everyone was riding the dragon.
Now Australia is facing a glut with the equivalent of 3 billion bottles of wine stored in tanks and barrels. It'll take time to shift that quantity of stock, even though most vineyards have managed to find new markets.
Yeah, the last 12 months we've opened 6 new markets. However, the 6 of those markets put together are not as big as China.
The lifting of Chinese tariffs, while encouraging for winemakers like Bruce, does raise questions about the future of trade ties between Australia and China. In a world where politics and the unexpected can so easily have a negative impact on economic relations, no nation or business can afford to assume markets will remain the same.
The most important thing to remember when it comes to China is that what matters to China is China. China sees Australia and its trade relations not only with Australia but with countries around the world as simply a way of serving China's needs.
I don't think either Beijing or Canberra wants to return to the dysfunction of the 2020 through to 2023. So you've got both sides agreeing that we want to handle the differences the two sides have constructively, and they want to prioritise areas of mutual interest, which is very much trade. We've got the Australian Trade Minister saying that we currently do $300 billion worth of two-way trade with China, but there's no reason why that can't be $400 billion. So that's a signal out of Canberra.
Bruce Tyrrell is keen to get back into business with China as soon as possible, but it clearly won't happen overnight. With the Chinese economy slowing, consumer demand for Australia's vintage crop may also fall. Then there's the question of confidence. While Australian wine growers are clearly happy about the lifting of Chinese tariffs, it doesn't necessarily mean that trade will automatically return to normal soon. Many vineyards have had their fingers badly burned over the past 3 years and may be reluctant to rely so heavily on a seemingly attractive market in the near future. Roger Maynard, CNA, in the Hunter Valley, north of Sydney.